Good morning, everyone. Wow, this week I had a complete existential crisis over a pair of earrings, but I think it's something that happens with a lot of us over 50. So I thought, let me just talk about it. So I was doing some shopping on Temu and I came across these cute little gothic items, and I was like, I had a gothic phase. With Brian and I had the band. We went through a 1950s rockabilly thing. This is pretty cool. I should get some. And then they have these earrings from the 1980s. They're super cool. And then they have earrings with your favorite food. And I'm like, what's my favorite food? And then I was like, who am I? Actually, who am I? What is my favorite food? What do I like to do? Who am I when I'm not with Brian? Who is the Ricky without Brian and Ricky? And I was like, oh damn, I don't know. And yeah, not just who am I, but who am I going to be? Because I had this whole imagining of me and Brian when we were 80. I've got purple hair, got my gin and tonic. He's got some sort of glass of red wine. Being fancy. We're sitting in the back of a convertible driving through Italy or something like that, scolding the youngsters as we go past. I can vividly see this picture of my future, and it's like, but am I still in the car? It's a bit weird, because I still do fancy being a quirky old lady. It's one of the things I'm looking forward to with aging. No one can really tell you shouldn't do that. So okay, at least I've got that. But then I was thinking, it's not just loss of someone. It's if the kids move out, or suddenly you retire, your career ends, you lose a part of what defines you. Who are you? Who am I without this thing? You go into a party and it's like, oh, hi Ricky, what do you do? I don't know. I don't know if you guys felt this. When something happens, when you retire, I think it happens to a lot of people. You've always associated yourself with this professional role, or being someone's wife, or someone's husband, or someone's mother. Yeah, no, at first you don't even notice these things, because you're first in survival mode. So there's things that you need to do. You have to organize yourself, you have to change your routine, you have to do paperwork, you have to, in the case of loss, you have to learn to do things that the other person used to do and you don't really know how to do. So at first you're a survival mode, you don't even think about it, you don't even realize. And then it's one day you're just looking at a pair of earrings on Temu going, what is my favorite food? I mean, I like pizza, right? But do I like pizza, or do I like sharing pizza with Brian? Would I have pizza if I was by myself? I don't know. It's also not just who I am, because I'm someone different as a single person, because when you're with someone for 3 decades, you grow together, you get likes together. So yeah, who I am, but also who I want to actually be. Who does Ricky want to be? And it was tormenting me for a bit. I went out to Sippy and I had a slice of pizza and sorted out that I actually do like pizza. I'll cut that now. And then, I don't know, where my neighbor invited me to come over for a poiki, and I was like, yeah, sure. And I realized, I met so many unusual people from Ivory Coast and Tunisia and Kenya, and this island is amazing for the diversity of people. And it was so interesting. Everyone's speaking English, but with impossible accents. Brave from Kenya, she said to me, do you like eating cats? Do you like eating cats? And I'm not to judge a culture or anything. And Justice, who was from Limpopo next to me, he also heard, do you like eating cats? But she was saying, do you like eating cakes? Anyway, we laughed and laughed. And I sort of realized, maybe you don't have to overthink these things. Maybe you can just go with the flow. And figure it out, because that's kind of how you got to who you were as a couple, was figuring it out slowly. So maybe that's the solution. I don't know. You guys that are further along and have sorted this stuff out, give me some advice. And then everyone was going to watch the football. I've never really been a football person. I find there's not enough like gameplay and rules. I love rugby, I love cricket. Brian loved playing sport, so he didn't really much like watching sport because he enjoyed playing all the sport. He was very, very sporty. So I'm like, oh, football. I'm like, okay, well, in the spirit of new things and discovering who I am, maybe the new Ricky likes football. And you know what, it ended up being like 2 hours. It wasn't actually as bad as I thought it was. It was quite entertaining, which is lucky because there's apparently a World Cup coming up. So I decided I really loved the goalkeeper from Spain. So I'm going to support Spain just for that reason and see if I enjoy football. Yeah, so maybe the next version of who you are. Who am I? Who's Ricky beyond Ricky and Brian? It's unthinkable, and it chokes me up a lot just to say it. But yeah, maybe you don't discover that person. Maybe it has to be found over time. Stay curious, stay open to new experiences, and then eventually you become who you're supposed to. I don't know. It's an absolutely beautiful day though. Winter in Mauritius, you cannot beat it. Yeah. Ooh, but it gets cold at night. But I did find something to buy. I've always loved Douglas Adams. Brian and I love Douglas Adams, but I love Douglas Adams. So I got a little Don't Panic brooch for my backpack, and I think it about sums it up. Don't panic. Just make sure you stay curious enough and open enough and try new things and see who you become. Anyway, that's been my thoughts for the week. I hope you guys all have a lovely weekend. I'm going to try have some new experiences, learn a bit more about football, because maybe that'll make me appreciate the game. Maybe take a little trip to a beach I've never been to. Try some new food. See if I like it or not. Okay, there's not many things I haven't tried. Anyway, guys, have a good weekend. See you next week.